YouTube. I am Shaggy. I am Phil Alitea, and we return to Final Fantasy VII. This time, hopefully, with no microphone interruptions. I am looking at my materia like I know what I'm looking at. We have just left Midgar, and Barrett has told us to meet him at Calm. Okay, so this version, there we go. Okay, never mind. I know where Calm is. The question becomes whether I want to go immediately into another narrative section. That's very loud for me. That is very loud for me. The question that I have to answer for myself is whether I want to go immediately into another narrative heavy section, or whether we want to run around basically and gain levels for a while. And so the answer is obviously going to be that we don't want to spend a bunch of our screen time today running around gaining levels, because that's that's just boring. It's counterproductive to running a stream. Last night when I was playing Final Fantasy 1, the stream kind of fell apart when I was running around kind of aimlessly, and I actually have to remember to give myself I gotta give myself a little bit of a refresher on what the hell I'm doing, because I know where the next dungeon is, but I want to make sure that I'm not cheating myself out of opportunities for fun, right? Okay, so there's Calm. Let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and bite the bullet and end disc 1 and just go ahead and get into this. Yep, this narrative section. We've reached Calm, says Mandy. Well, it doesn't say that when we walk in. It doesn't say like Calm on the top of the screen, so I'm glad she told us that. To which Tifa says, everyone's waiting at the end. Let's go, Shags. Don't tell me what to do, Tifa. Well then, I'll go ahead. Okay, great news. I'm glad that I read all that dialogue. I'm glad that they took the time to write it. Okay, we're gonna excuse ourselves up to here because they've already bought a room, right? We shouldn't need to. Shags, you're late. The fuck? I'm 15 seconds behind you. I don't know if you know this, Mandy, but my balls are not a fucking punching bag. Magnum go. Yo, man, you're late. All right, pal. I'm 15 seconds. Sorry to keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now.
So let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the crisis of the planet. Let's hear it all.
God, you're the worst, Barrett, and I'm the worst for doing your voice like that. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends.
You call that a friend?
What do you know? Yeah, well, he was older than me and hardly ever talked about himself. Thank you for ellipsating, Titsa. So I guess you'd call us war buddies. We trusted each other. Until one day. One day? Flashback sequence! Oh, it didn't happen. After the war, it was Soldier's duty to put down any resistance against Shinra. Or the Shinra, I guess. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. The Shinra sounds like the name of a people group. I wish this would just go on its own and I could just read it. Because, I want to do things with my hands, and I don't want to watch this with my eyeballs. Anyway, young Shags says, it sure is raining hard. I haven't changed my clothes in 7 years. Hey, how you doing? My mouth's feeling a little... You're only all right? You look like the kind of guy that could... I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Never mind. Everything all right? I guess he says okay, but that's not how I talk. I don't say okay. Oh my goodness, I got a tickle in my sinuses. There it goes. Living outside, you know. They gave me some new materia. Hey, look, the squatting thing is a thing that I did anyway. I can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. I should do something cooler for Sephiroth's voice. You gonna brief us about the mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier to be like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission. Kind of a way to prove myself. To whom are you proving yourself? Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old macro reactor. This is what the beginning... See, this is where I would have started the game. This is compelling storytelling. I would have begun the game right here and then exited it as a flashback in Avalanche headquarters to the people that matter to the story: Jesse, Biggs, Wedge, Barrett, Tifa. And this is how Barrett should behave. We should see the contrast in their behaviors because he should stick to he should want to stick to the briefing as Cloud is trying to reminisce about his days with Shinra. There have been reports of it malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures. Then, we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures? Where? The macro reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim. That's where I'm from. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into the truck, says the driver. That would be our monster. Well, you did say monsters, so maybe that would be an example of one of our... Oh, Jesus Christ, look at the difference in our HP. He was doing something I wasn't, Sephiroth. If we're both first class, there is a huge difference in his version of first class and mine. Jesus, fuck. So that's where I would have started the game. And then this, again, wouldn't be here. This would be an Avalanche. This moment right here. Shag's talking about, we need to be careful as we're attacking Shinra because this is what Soldier First Class is capable of. Sephiroth's strength is incredible. He's far stronger in reality than any stories you may have heard about him. So, where do you come in? Mandy asks. Me. I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. Titsa ellipsates again. Thank you, Titsa. And then we reach Nibelheim. This could all be happening on the train on the way to the first mission. Every single word of this dialogue. How's it feel? Sephiroth asks. It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. Now, you noticing something fiddly about the way they wrote this? Now, this is either bad writing or Cloud is being he's being transparent in that only one of them said those two things. Only one of them said this, phrase this way. How are you doing? I wouldn't know. How about your parents? Shags asks. My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father, again, this dialogue, as we're heading in, if they had broken this apart across the 3 missions into Shinra, this would be interesting dialogue and would have made those missions compelling. Because when Sephiroth shows up at the 3rd one, you're thinking, fuck, boss fight against a guy with that much HP? Shit, balls. That's not what happened. So this is just kind of boring. It's the first moment the game gets compelling, but we're like 5 hours in. What does it matter? All right, let's go. Who the fuck is he talking to anyway? Being on watch is so boring, says that guy. And now we have a dialogue choice. You want to do what we always do? Just sit tight. It's your job, right? That's how we talk, man. I'll come and talk to you once in a while. Just stick with it, man. I don't know why Cloud is the way he is with the group, but they're showing that when he was young, he was plucky. Psst, keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. Yeah, he's enjoying his newfound experience as first class, but he's also breaking all of the social protocols. Sephiroth says, the Mako smells pretty bad here. If Mako smells like a paper mill, Columbus smells pretty bad. So this town must absolutely reek.
Yo, wait a minute,
says Magnum Go, breaking into the story. Okay, Magnum Go, I'm glad that you need to interject in the story now, but you should have done this whole scene in Act 1 where your interjections would have made sense.
Isn't that, the name of Sephiroth's mother?
Yeah, see, like this?
I remember Genova. That's the damn headless spook living in the Shinra building.
Yes, that's right. Magnum Go, would you please let us hear what Shags has to say? You can ask questions later. That wasn't a question. Tita, I was only... Oh, sorry. Okay, Shags, continue. I did the wrong voice there. The childhood friends reunite! I was really surprised with Tita. Why does Mandy know that Tita's from Nibelheim? Why does she know their childhood friends? Why didn't Magnum Go get excited to hear that part of the story? See what I'm saying? Why do the characters do... It's like bad writers or inexperienced writers will know their material. This is, you can look at Game of Thrones for this example, an example of what I'm talking about. You can also look at Breaking Bad, but Game of Thrones is the better example. They'll know their material so well that they'll forget to articulate it to their audience. Shag says, the town was quiet. Everyone must be in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. No, maybe they're afraid of us. And see, now it's like this war retrospective, which would have been interesting on the trains. We leave for the reactor at dawn, Sephiroth says. Why would it have been interesting on the trains? Because so much of the dialogue between them is in transit between missions. It's on trains or in trucks. Make sure you get to sleep early. It's the same setup. And so they should have thematically showed how this is the same rituals in Cloud's life playing over and over and over again. Instead, they badly missed that opportunity. All we need is one lookout. So you others, get some rest. And then you could see in real time how Cloud is behaving and emulating Sephiroth. Oh, and you may visit your family and friends. Why do I need permission from you? I've been breaking protocol. Man, I'm so nervous. I'm excited, bro. That's right. Don't blow your chance to become a hero, says this guy, conspicuously there. Why did Cloud tell us about that? I heard Sephiroth was coming, so I brought my camera. I want a shot of Sephiroth and a monster. Take my picture. I don't take pictures of nobodies. All right, well, let's go find our mama. Hey, mama. I'm home, mama. Mamma mia. I think that's the wrong franchise. Oh, it's raining. I need to cover up my... Dang, man, my chair is never going to dry off if I keep leaving it out there to collect rain. But it's also not coming inside the tent to collect mildew. So, tent's closed. I will be undistracted momentarily. This is my mama's house. We don't want to talk to mama yet. I said let's go to my mama's house, but I don't actually want to go into her mama. Wow, the thunder is booming. Oh, wait a minute. This is my house. It has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. I was wrong. Yo, wait.
I want to hear.
Me too. It's been a long time, right?
Tell us more. You saw your family, right? Don't want to talk about it. Says, well, I ain't gonna force you.
I'm trying to find Tifa. Who you? Oh, you were Shinra? Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. It's you, Shags. I didn't recognize you. Hey, have you guys ever heard of Punt the Child? It's one of my favorite games. Would you like to play Punt the Child? Are you gonna kill the monsters? Are you gonna? And then they got bored because they're children's. Let's go upstairs. What's up the stairs? Nothing I can steal because it's the past. Cloud wasn't carrying anything that he'd stolen from these people to begin the game, so why would he steal from them now? Because I'm a shady motherfucker, that's why. Tita's like, Shags, did you go to my house? Yeah. I thought you might be home. And then because it's funny, I don't know why he's telling them this, but he is telling them this. See if there's anything in Tifa's house we can steal. Dun doo 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 dun. Beep up boop boop beep beep bop boop. Shags, did you go into my room? Yeah. Dee dee dee. Orthopedic underwear. Because it's too funny not to do. It's true. I stole your underwear. We're talking about something really important here, says Tita. Look, I went into your room. I stole your underwear. I figured yeah, I jammed on it, but I don't remember the actual button presses you have to do. You can play a song there and it'll make a thing happen later in the game. You might be able to do it now. I don't know. I'm not a piano guy. What am I, Billy Joel? This is my house. It had nothing to do with it. Magnumgo's going to want to know about it, and we're going to say fine. I don't know if you'd call it a family. My father died when I was still young. That's why my mom lived alone in this house. Yeah, I saw my mom. My mom, she was a vibrant woman, hadn't changed at all, but a few days later, she died. But when I saw her, she looked fine. The she died a few days later is interesting foreshadowing, or interesting deflection one way or the other. Shags, you're an interesting guy in the way you phrase things. Yes? Shags? Oh my god! Welcome home! Hi, Mom. Come, let's take a look at you. You smell like butterscotch. Have you been taking your showers? You look so handsome. So this is a soldier uniform? Mom, My, how you've grown. I'll bet the girls never leave you alone. Is that why you smell like butterscotch? Not really, Ma. It's just like this butterscotch shampoo. I'm worried about you. There's a lot of temptations in the city, like smelling like butterscotch. I'd feel a lot better if you just settled down with a nice girlfriend and smelled like charcoal like the rest of the boys. I'm all right, Ma. You should have an older girlfriend. One that'll take care of you. I think that would be best for you. Not interested, Ma. Are you eating right? I'm all right. The company takes care of me, Ma. Does the company give you that butterscotch shampoo? I know you can't cook. Is that why you like the butterscotch? I've been worried sick about you. Shags! You know Shags? Shags! I'll always be your mother. Let's stop this. He seemed to suffer through that more than you did. Welcome. From this angle, you can't tell whether I'm a male or a female. Hey, aren't you, Ellipses? Have I been here before? I don't remember. All right, now you're pissing me off. This doesn't matter, so get on with it. That was the wrong voice there, but it doesn't matter. I'm not a voice actor guy. Am I not allowed to talk to these people? How do old people talk? The whole inn's booked up by Shinra for the night. Shags? Is it you, Shags? It must have been 2 years. Say, you've really moved up in the world, being more under Sephiroth. Oh my god, that was hard for me to say. You've really been moved up in the world, being under Sephiroth's command. Is Shinra here to get rid of the monsters? And who are you? I'm Zingan. I travel around the world teaching children martial arts. Allow me to show you my leap to this spot over here. I have 128 students all over the world. Now I will leap. No, I will not, actually. In this town, a girl named Titsa is my student. Oh, I thought you were going to do, like, lots of leaps. Did you say Titsa? Titsa has good sense. She'll be a powerful fighter. Wow, watch me leap. My standing long jump is incomparable. It's a good 3 feet. What are you looking at? Shags asks Sephiroth. This scenery. I feel like I know this place. I have this feeling, Cloud, like I'm in a new game plus. Is it real yellow? Is it real yellow? A new game plus is real yellow? All right. We're short one bed. I don't know about you, but I can do math, and this is 1, 2, 3 people. Whoever's not in here, I guess they're short. Ha 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 ha! Leaving. I'll share a bed with Sephiroth. Or you can share a bed with me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hee hee. Okay, I actually don't know what's next, because I thought it would have been talking to Sephiroth. So let's go talk to this dick nuts. You from Shinra? Who are you? Is what a human being would say to answer that question. I'm the town's Ellipses. Aren't you Shags? Don't you know me? Well, I was born here. You're Titsa's... Right, I'm Titsa's dad. Stay away from my daughter, you fucking weirdo. This mansion. No, I'll come here later. Weird. I guess we promised that guy we'd come talk his tits off. Let's come talk this guy's tits off. Or let's not do that, because we're not allowed. I don't know what I'm allowed to do next. Hopefully that rain isn't washing me out. Nobody's here with me to tell me whether I'm being washed out, so that's unfortunate. We have an early start tomorrow. You should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. I've hired a guide to the macro reactor. She's got great tits. I've heard she's young, I meant to say. I hope we can rely on her. Her dad saw her and goes, she's going to have great tits. Name her after her tits. How about Titsa? Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Listen to me, Sephiroth. In case something happens, says Titsa's father. Trust me. I'll be all right, Dad. I have 2 men from Soldier on either end of me. I mean, with me. I'm Titsa. Nice to meet you. It's just going to be a little bit of double dicking, Dad. Be cool. Titsa, you're the guide? Fantastic. It so happens I'm the #1 guide in this town, and you should see my standing long jump. It's too dangerous. I can't let you get involved in this. There's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. Mr. Sephiroth, please, let me take one picture for a memento. Titsa, can you ask him for me too? This photograph feels like the kind of incontrovertible evidence that this moment happened that Cloud might need later in the game. That rain is coming all the way down. A macro reactor was built in Mount Nebo. The cold wind air, or the cold mountain air of Mount Nebo was the same. Let's see if I can do this as like a in the beginning. No, he's done. Never mind. What the hell? Let me move. Oh, there's a bitch in the way. It gets harder from here. Follow me. I feel like this is an extremely precarious bridge, and that maybe more than one person shouldn't be on it at a time. Huh. About that. You guys fell to the wrong side. God damn it, this needs to be so much faster. Don't need to see any of this at this pace. Unless this is the first scene in the game. The caves are intertwined like an ant farm. I'm getting annoyed, so I'm starting to skip scenes. Or text boxes. It may sound cool, but we've no time to search for him. We can't go back, so we must go on. We'll travel together from here. Hey, turns out we're not short of bed anymore. Good news, everyone! Why are we getting into random encounters? What, do I have to grind Shags to level 6 in order for him to be level 6 for the canon story to make sense? This doesn't make sense. Why the hell am I exploring a dungeon? Yeah, what is this? What is happening? A mysteriously colored cave. It must be the macro energy. This mountain is especially abundant in it. That's why the macro reactor was built here. Okay. That's pretty. A guy could set up a tent right there and live forever. Well, until he died. And what's this? A Mako fountain. It's a miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. Why don't you go touch it like a dumbass? If the macro reactor continues to suck up the energy, this fountain will dry up too. Again, all of this should have happened on our way to the first mission. Materia. When you condense macro energy, materia is produced. It's very rare to see materia in its natural state. So this is where Cloud Shags got his lightning materia. Fantastic. By the way, why is it that when you use materia, you can also use magic too? You can also use magic also. You were in Soldier and didn't even know. The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in the materia. Anyone with this knowledge can freely use the powers of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling up magic. Or so they say. Or so they say is the dumbest fucking thing to say after fucking... You just berated me for not knowing, and then you're skeptical of the party line? Fuck you, Sephiroth. Magic. A mysterious power. Did I say something funny? A man once told me never to use unscientific terms like mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. I still remember how angry he was. This is all very dumb. Hojo of Sinra, an inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. He was a walking mass of complexes. A Mako fountain. So this is where the knowledge of the ancients is. This is all very dumb. It's all very dumb. And very slow. God damn. Why did I need to control that to move 2 steps forward? And 3 steps forward between cutscenes is not something I need to pilot. Just make the fucking cutscene happen. Tita, you wait here. I'm going inside too. I want to see. No, you dumb bitch. You're not an employee of Shinra. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra's industrial secrets. But take care of the lady. He tells the soldier. That means shoot her in the fucking head. I like how you don't have to tell it, you don't have to interact with every ladder to get Cloud to jump on it. Just the ones at the beginning of the game when it would be most annoying. It's like different people worked on, programmed, developed these different parts of the game. Like, what is this? And why wasn't it in Shinra? Why wasn't it in the macro reactor that we dealt with? Why, if Cloud has been in a situation like this before, was he not prepared for the monster to attack them at the macro reactor in the first mission? Sephiroth says, this is the reason for the malfunction. This part is broken. Shags, close the valve. I'm going to put my mic closer to my face and just hope that the rain isn't totally fucking this video. I love how, like today, I've been sitting around for most of the day, like waiting on the perfect conditions to go live so that I don't waste my cognitive and emotional energy, so I don't accidentally end up recording video that has no audio, so that conditions are perfect, everything goes just right, and then it starts raining. After I convince myself that no, conditions are right, let's do this. You took a nap, it rained during your nap, it should be ready, and here we go. So we're just going to hope that my mic is doing its job. I believe it's doing its job. I just have to hope now. Now I see, Hojo. But doing this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. See, this would have been interesting foreshadowing for when we met Hojo. I don't like when people foreshadow what characters are like after we meet them. We should know what they're like when we meet them. This is a system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy. That is, when it's working correctly. Now, what does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Oh yeah, it becomes materia. Right, normally. But Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. What do we think Hojo put in there, and why won't it let me interact with it? Seriously? Are you being funny? Ah, yes. Just what we thought he would have put in there. A human being. Because we've played the future of this. This moment would have been more interesting before we met Red 13. Normal members of Soldier are normal members of Soldier are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different from the others, but still human. But what are they? They've been exposed to a far higher degree of Mako than you. Is this some kind of monster? Exactly. And it's Hojo Shinra that produced these monsters. Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. That's what these monsters really are. Normal members of Soldier? You mean you're different? Hey, Sephiroth. No. Was I?
Was I created this way too?
This is dumb.
Am I the same as these monsters?
This is dumb. This is very dumb.
You saw it. All of them were humans.
Human? No way!
Ever since I was small, I felt that I was different from the others, special in some way, but not like this.
This is dumb as hell. Like I'm not even sad or mad to say it. This is dumb as hell. Am I human? I don't really understand what Sephiroth meant then. I was even more surprised that Shinra was producing monsters.
Damn, Shinra, the more I hear, the more I hate him.
Who would have ever thought the macro reactor held such a secret?
That would seem to explain the increase in the number of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Shags. Don't you think so, Magnum Go? Yeah, maybe so. Want to take a breather here?
All right. Please insert disc 2.
Tisa, were you waiting outside?
Oh, that's not what Mandy sounds like. Yes. We returned to Nibelheim. Sephiroth confined himself to the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. Then all of a sudden he just disappeared, right? Because, okay, so remember, Cloud/Sag said that he and Sephiroth had become war buddies. So I guess he expected him to unload his emotions in 1997 upon this younger war buddy that he's not penetrating. So I don't know why Cloud expected that. Hey, Mr. S, good to see that you're alive and well. Shag says, we found him inside the biggest building in Nibelheim. I wish this dialogue would just proceed on its own, and I wish that this bubble would go away. The villagers used to call it the Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. Da da da. It's not gonna. Wanted to see if maybe I could get a heads up if my stream wasn't running properly, and that's what he's telling me. But the rain's not quite so loud. And yes, I have been eating M&Ms. You're not the boss of me. I'm about to eat this bag of chips in a minute. If I'm fortunate enough to make even so much as $1 from this stream today, I might even walk up to Taco Bell and get a burrito, charge my shit, and come back and stream again. Sephiroth! The echoing. I wish that I had, like, I could edit the sound right now and I would have massive reverb echo on that. An apparently dead organism was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. It's very convenient that we walked in the middle of him reading that passage. Professor Gas named that organism Genova. That comma right there, superfluous. X year, X month, X day, very specific. Genova confirmed to be an ancient. Genova project approved. The use of Macro Reactor 1 approved for use. Am I allowed to? Nope, I just have to watch him pace. Fuck. And then we get a little bit of a, what's it called, a Dutch angle on the camera here to show that he's going crazy. My mother's name is Genova. Genova Project. Is this just a coincidence? Are you a very stupid person? Professor gasped. Why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? Probably because you killed him, if I had to guess. Let me be alone. Why can I control this scene at all? Why can I move around in this scene at all? If you want to make a movie, just play the fucking movie. Sephiroth didn't come out of the Shinra mansion, says Cloud. And something like a voiceover. I don't know how we see this, but okay. He continued to read as if he were possessed by something, and not once did the light in the basement go out. How do you know if you weren't down there, do you know that he was reading anything at all? And who's ever heard of a possession making you read things? Like, I must be possessed by something as much as I read. Oh, look, a little room and a big safe. I bet that's going to be important later. La da da, walking through. Bet if we just turn the encounters off, this scene would make sense. Sephiroth seems different. Have you been talking to him? I guess he's in a talkative mood. Sephiroth! Sephiroth! Oh! 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 How many times can I do this before it's not funny? That many. Oh, here we go. He thought it was funny. He was laughing. Cool room.
Who is it?
Traitor. Traitor? Fuck is wrong with you, man?
You ignorant traitor.
I'll tell you. This planet originally belonged to the Ketra. Ketra were an itinerant. Fuck me. Ketra were an itinerant race. They would migrate in, settle the planet, then move on. At the end of their hard, long journey, it was said they would find the promised land and supreme happiness. But those who disliked journeying appeared. They stopped their migrations, built shelters, and elected to lead an easier life. They took that which the Ketra and the planet had made without giving back one whit in return. This is dumb. Those are your ancestors. Sephiroth, this is the things you're saying are dumb. Long ago, disaster struck the planet. All right, Adolf, your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Ketra. After that, your ancestors continued to multiply. Now, all that's left of the Ketra is in these reports. What does that have to do with you? Don't you see? An ancient named Jenova was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Remember how I said that when you walked in the other day? The Jenova Project. I talk like my friend Madge, and incomplete thoughts, connected by nothing. The Jenova Project wanted to produce people with the powers of the ancients, or the Ketra. I am what was produced. I am a genetically modified human being. Yes. Professor Gass, leader of the Jenova Project and genius scientist, produced me. How did he... Sephiroth, I walk like this now because I am the king of the silly walks. Out of the way, I'm going to see my mother. This is so dumb. So dumb. Somebody had read a little bit of Lovecraft and thought of, what if the color from space had a baby? Dee dee da da. Or like they'd watched that movie by John Carpenter, The Thing, and they thought, what if somebody genetically, or what if somebody cloned that? Like, what if they stuck that thing's reproductive? I don't even know how they knew what its reproductive material was, but oh, well, that's a thing that happens when you leave Sephiroth alone too long. Cloud, this is your fault. And Zengen agrees.
Then come over here and help me!
Well, I don't really feel much like helping.
I'll check this house. You check that one over there.
So the whole my mom will be dead in a few days thing? Yeah, don't get attached to her. House is on fire. And, Cloud's just kind of like a little bit put out about it. Like, well, at least she'll never fucking harp at me again. I'll never hear her.
Shags! Shags!
Oh, he just like knifed that guy through the top of his head. Sucks to be him. Your nose is pointy, bud. You look better at that distance. Why isn't your hair catching on fire? Your sword's a lot bigger in this scene than it was in the other one. Like when Tifa picked it up in that cutscene, or when we found it on the desk. It was maybe like the size of a normal sword when it was through Shinra's body, but there it's like the size of a much longer than normal sword. But swords of that size are a real thing. They were a real thing in China in the Bronze and early Iron Ages. It was a way of showing not that you could hoist and hit someone with that weapon, but that you had the money necessary to get that much bronze and or iron together. It was a decorative weapon. But they existed. Some of them were curvy like snakes. Papa.
Sephiroth! Did Sephiroth do this to you? Sephiroth, soldier, Mako reactors, Shinra! I hate them all!
That's what she sounds like in my head. She sounds a little bit like Diamond David Lee Roth. Mother, I'm here to see you. Please open this door. Oh, I guess I should have known this is where she was by the Genova over the door. You'd think that he would have maybe put those things together when he was standing in front of her.
How could you do that to Papa and all the townspeople?
See, his sword's a lot shorter in this scene than it was in the previous one. Maybe it's telescoping. Maybe it telescopes. You'd think that Tifa would have a pretty noticeable scar if this really happened. Cloud's like, oh, that happened. Cloud, bud, you're just a minute too late. You promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. And now I got a wound on my boobies. Oh, my name. It's not gonna make any sense tomorrow. Why is this happening? All right, let's go into Genova's bedroom or whatever this is. God damn, this is all so dumb. Like the first 6, I just can't get over the fact that the first 6 Final Fantasies are so cool. They're so imaginative, they're so smart, they're so fun. And then this is so dumb.
Mother, take the planet back, or let's take the planet back together. I've thought of a great idea. Let's go to the promised land.
Sephiroth? My family, my hometown. How could you do this to them? I decided I didn't want to emote his lines. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. Hey, thanks for the like. They've come again, Mother. With her superior power, knowledge, and magic, Mother was destined to become the ruler of this planet. But those worthless creatures, are stealing the planet from Mother. But now I'm here with you, so don't worry. This is the dumbest shit imaginable. Why is this what he did? Why is that what it looked like? Why was it designed to look that way? Why is his face so pointy? And why is that what she looks like? I just don't think any of this was thought out. What about my sadness? My family, friends, the sadness of having my hometown taken away from me. It's the same as your sadness. Is it? His sword, I swear to God, it's telescoping. My sadness. What do I have to be sad about? I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to be the leader of this planet. With my telescoping sword, I have orders to take the planet back from you stupid people for the Ketra. What should I be sad about? How many people do you know that behave just like Sephiroth online? Sephiroth, I trusted you, man. Like, how many people do you know clearly saw some of this scene, but not all of it? No, you're not the Sephiroth I used to know. Ching, 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 ching. That accelerated a lot faster than I thought it would. That's how you know that it's Asian. Because that's how they tell us in cinematic language that there's conflict happening. And that's the end of my story. That's not the end of the story, Shags. Wait a damn minute. That's it? No more? I agree, Magnumgo. I don't remember. What happened to Sephiroth? Mandy wants to know. In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official records state Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper, says Titsa. Shinra Incorporated owns the newspaper, so you can't rely on that, Mandy reminds her. I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened, Shags says. I challenged Sephiroth and lived. Why didn't he kill me? I'm alive too. A lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Jenova? It was in the Shinra building, right? Oh, that's Mandy saying that. I'm sorry. Shinra shipped it from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone carry it out later? It was missing from the Shinra building, says Mandy. I'm not paying attention. That means that I'm going to need to just take a break for a minute. Sephiroth? Titsa asks. Once we get to a safe point, I need to take a break because I'm not paying enough attention to know who's speaking. Damn! None of this makes sense! I'm gone! And I'm leaving the thinking to you. Where's baseball in this universe? What kind of a leader can't... Yo, Shags, let's get a move on. Right. I guess. Yo, come on, let's go! Oh, so my screen has decided that the colors are all fucked up, so I need to restart the stream anyway, I guess. What's going on with that? There we go. How bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? Titsa wants to know. I thought you were a goner. I was so sad. Mandy says, the ancients, Ketra, Jenova, Sephiroth, and myself. Let's go. Magnumgo's waiting, Tifa says. And Red 13's like, I have no reason to be in this room with these people. I should not be here. I should not have heard that. All of this should have happened before I entered the story. Yo, Shags, here. PHS. Piketon High School. That's where I went to high school. No shit. I don't understand why the colors are all fucked up now. It's probably because I'm leaving Mr. S on there. So when I touch the controller, see how they fade out. Okay, we're going to take a break. I'm going to talk to my buddy, Mr. S, a little bit. Because he's my, not my first, but definitely my highest paying. So in that way, primary Patreon supporter, my biggest supporter in my homelessness and of my art. So, thank you for the like. Thank you, any of you who have, that's not what I meant to do, ducked in here and said hello to me or thought about watching me later. I do appreciate it. And hey, look at that. That was a neat 55 minutes. So it's time to take a break anyway. Again, thank you for being here.